We are at what is being called the world's second largest gem and jewelry trade show that is happening right here in Mumbai. The show is organized by the Gem and Jewelry Trade Promotion Council. The event has seen about 2,000 visitors coming across from around 65 countries. They have witnessed about 3,000 stalls with more than 2,000 exhibitors showcasing their work. On the sidelines of the event, I caught up with Titan's MD, Mr. CK Venkataraman, and here is what he had to say. Sir, we are at the IGS premiere right now, but before we get into the event itself, I just wanted to understand where India stands when we talk about demand for jewelry, for that matter, because with inflation keeping in mind, gold obviously is treated as hedge against inflation. But when we talk about jewelry sector as per se, what is the kind of demand that we're seeing, especially from the last 2 years?
It's been very good from whatever I can make out. And even in the first quarter of this financial year, I think the jewelry industry has done well. And jewelry in India is not at all an expenditure. It's a store of value. It's sometimes even a source of investment, and therefore and a hedge against, because it's a store of value. It's a hedge against inflation. I think that as long as that characteristic continues, which there is no reason for that to change, I think sky is the limit for the jewelry industry. And from what I hear, the interest in the IAJS is exceptional, thousands and thousands of registrations. So I'm sure we are rocking Diwali.
Yeah, so because I was about to ask, with Diwali keeping in mind also the wedding season, that's going to come at least in November, December. So at least this financial year, where do you see this, like at least for the jewelry industry?
So we are anyway gung-ho as a company, but even as an industry, I think because the characteristics are very unique, and particularly in India, weddings are getting bigger, people are falling in love, and I'm sure proposals are getting more, and we can place the ring in the center of the proposal event and make it very emotional and special. So the opportunity for jewelry, so the innovation that the industry can do to capitalize on the opportunity is limitless.
So we talk about, like India being the most populous country in the world now, and also I wanted to understand where does it stand when we talk about consumption compared to US and China, if you can help us understand that.
Actually, I'm not so much in touch on that at the moment, but I think we would be certainly number 3, if not number 2 in terms of consumption. And I think, in a 10-15 year time frame, given the way India is going to become more wealthy, it's not impossible for India to beat the US from a consumption.
Sir, what about digital gold? Because of course, physical gold demand in India specifically will always be there, as they said. But we are also seeing certain interest in digital gold. But as a company and as in an industry expert, do you see that kind of demand being coming right now? Or you still think it's in a very initial stages?
Honestly, I'm not totally familiar. We are into it ourselves. Yes, there is a certain opportunity, and I think a lot of young people can be persuaded to invest in digital gold and convert it into jewelry, down the road. So in that sense, sort of to buy up something that you cannot afford today, but you can save up to. So the jewelry being a very integral thing to a woman or to a family on the one hand, and digital being a way of today. I think if we combine it from a future purchase point of view, it's very strong potential.
So one last question. When we talk about, the traditional jewelry segment, but I wanted to understand more from, like your new kind of, like, for example, Carrot Lane for that matter, and, all these new kind of millennial and Gen Z sort of designs that you're. So what kind of demand are we seeing there? And also what more are you planning in that segment?
No, it's exceptionally strong. We have 2 brands, Carrot Lane and Mia, and both are doing exceedingly well and growing at a very, very brisk clip. And the next many years are going to be super, super exciting for both of them.
Thank you so much, sir.